Hello, and thank you for joining me here at High Priestess Healer, also known as Practice Kindness. So I am going to begin a collective reading for you, and I'm starting with the Archangel card to see what the angels have. I have a special bond with them, and you can too. I'd be happy to coach you through learning to speak with your angels more. We have victory. Archangel Sandalphon, your prayers have been heard and answered. Have faith. Okay, and that happens to land right by the amethyst, also a purple card. And I had already the channeled information about victory. That's been the theme, is this victory. Whoever's in these readings I've been doing, they're going to have victory. It says, and I got that message when I was shuffling the cards. Your prayers have been heard. They've been answered. So your only thing that you have to do is have the faith. Okay, so you leave the worries and in turn for inner peace and just let it happen. You've already put in the effort. You know, this shouldn't be a lot of effort that you need to put into it. So what they want you to do is put into yourself. Nurture yourself. And the more that you nurture yourself, the more you have to offer to those around you. Okay, so it says breathe also. So to me here with nurture and breathe, it sounds like what the channeled message I got earlier, which was about balance. So it seems like there's something a little off balance. I'm not sure what, but there's a feeling of just back and forth, unbalanced, inner, outer type of a battle also. You know, fear and strength. So they're needing you to, you know, take some deep breaths. Take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken their energy and to release old patterns. So as you release, I want you to think of releasing old patterns. And I like to think of just in with love, out with fear, or in with, you know, new, out with old, whatever. And to raise the vibrations and to clear the cards before we begin, you might want to turn down your volume if you have headphones on. Singing bowl will go on now. We ask you, Father, Mother, Holy Spirit, to be with us. Cleanse and clear these cards and help me to know all the messages that you'd have the collective know at this time, in their time of need. Angels and ancestors, we ask you to please be with us as well, the higher selves of each one of them, and that you provide the messages that they need at this moment, in this time, to move them forward on their soul evolution towards their hopes, goals, dreams, and all that they desire, their soul desires. And we thank you humbly for being here. Okay, and then the nurture, Archangel, so the breathe comes from Archangel Raphael. He's kind of like a healer of body, so always call on him. And if you have a headache or any kind of ailment. Gabriel, it says, as you nurture a child, you nurture your own inner child. Both activities are important for you right now. Okay, so that's what's going on. Yeah, I feel this deep something going on here in my chest. I felt it since earlier. I didn't know what it was, but now I see it's an inner child issue. And let's pull the health deck. So yeah, you could have a purpose with children. I'm gonna see what is the one purpose, a couple purpose cards for whatever purpose cards I'm gonna come out, and then the health, because I'm feeling like they want you to be balanced, you know, with your physical self, and then also with your intellectual self, your emotional well-being, in your spiritual well-being. Because breathe also to me would say you need more time in, you know, in meditation and being alone, so that you can hear the angels speak back to you and giving you instructions on what to do. They're answering your prayers, so you have to listen. That which means you need to open your spiritual ears in meditation, okay? Anytime you're nurturing yourself, giving yourself a bath, a shower, nice hot shower, or something that relaxes you, that's nurturing your soul too. And just be ask, you know, okay, what do you want me to know right now? See if anything comes to your mind, okay? I've felt as I was channeling earlier that there are people that are going to be opening their gifts up. I think that's also why my heart is opening at the moment. As our ego self dies, our heart space opens. It doesn't feel good. It's not an easy process, right? Because you got to put your pride down. You got to learn new things, and then you got to implement them. And that could possibly mean that, you know, people around you aren't quite as accepting of the new person that you may be. But they don't, you know, but you're a sensitive person. And, you know, if they are the type of people that love you, then, you know, they'll stay with you if your energies mesh. If not, then the people who are not in an energetic vibration as you, they tend to fall off the scale, and new people in your new vibration will come to you. You know, just more soul family. Everybody we meet is family, right? Everybody we meet is a soulmate. So this says sensitivity, so this does confirm what I was saying about, or maybe I didn't say it, but what I was trying to say is that people's gifts are going to be growing, especially the clairsentience one. So that's why I said pay attention for the words that you hear. You know, if they're not from your own brain, you know, that's not you talking. I mean, you might want to think about that there is a God, or that you're being talked to by an ancestor, that souls do go living on, or someone's out there trying to help you, some angel, some saint, some guide, some guardian, okay? And they're trying to communicate with you. So listen, listen, listen. Listen, Linda. So this also says energy healing, support, trust, and talk to your angels. There we are right there. They're telling you they need you to talk to them. But do you see see how he has his hands? He's listening. Give to me the knowledge. I'm listening. You know, not thank you and please, but receiving now. We're receiving. Receiving hands. It says, instead of worrying, ask for divine guidance. Okay? So worrying doesn't get you anywhere. It just causes delays and more heartache and pain, unnecessary misery. It's the way I like to call it. So remember your deep breathing. Give your worries away, right? Because I like to think of faith over fear. Okay, faith over fear. And if you're lacking in the faith, then that means you might be overcome by some fear. And fear definitely will rob you of your happiness. And if you have any information that's given to you by fear and not the divine, not in a peaceful manner, or not, you know, in the way that that you know is right for you and the divine, then yeah, you might want to rethink what you're thinking of, because it could be also coming from not the safest space, you know, because you're coming from a place of fear. So that will never be the answer to whatever it is you're trying to fix, okay? Or learn, or yeah, to make yourself move forward, right? Or get out of the place that you feel like you may be stuck in, okay? You may be stuck because, like I said, it's saying breathe and, you know, nurture yourself. Like, you're depleted. You need some sleep. You need some energy healing. You know, find a practitioner as myself. I also know others. There's plenty out there that can do remote healing. And I personally have some, you know, reviews of people who I never told them what they would feel, and they were feeling the same things, and they were having miracles happen. So we can be used, all of us, you know, as a channel of God to do healing. He gives different gifts to different people. That just happens to be one of mine. But it also can be learned. So some you can do on yourself, or you can go and find someone who does it as a profession. Just go straight to God, you know. He'll teach you how to do it. Your guardian angels. Your natural energy healing abilities are an important part of your life's purpose, okay? So, yeah, that makes sense to me. If the people that are going to be drawn to this station, they're going to be healers. They're going to be people with gifts. Why? Because God wants me to help you guys learn how to use them and not to shun them, because they're part of making humanity whole again, happy again, relieve suffering, you know. So that's why he's given us all gifts, okay? Yeah, this is making too much sense here. I'm going to grab about one more of these purpose cards, because I feel like right now there's so many people hungry for just being happy. And if you would just follow what it is that your purpose is here on the earth, you will be completely happy. Your soul will be so fulfilled. So anytime you're working on that, you feel good. So pay attention, to when you feel good. And you might just find out what your purpose is if you want to, you know, do it that way backwards as well. But if you become really good at hearing and not just talking to God, he also can tell you. You don't have to hear it from anybody else, or wonder, or just try everything, or see what you're drawn to. But anyways, you can just know it. It's a knowing. It's called clairsentience. And all of these clairs can be learned. I just happen to have had them as gifts automatically, and they just kind of grew as I used them, as I purposely tried to use them. So the people on here, they're going to be healers, but they're going to need support, and that's why I'm also here. I am a life coach or a spiritual advisor, you know. So one thing is to get information from, you know, reader, and another one is, hey, how do I apply this? Hey, how can I get through this pain of change, to transitioning into this new, you know, person I need to be for my soul to grow, you know, and move forward, you know, to that place of joy and bliss and etc. So the theme here is going to be creative expression. So they're saying whatever you like to do, pay attention to what you're thinking, and also ask questions in prayer, because you will get answers there. Anything that's relaxing to you. So it does seem like there's some painters out there. Your soul longs to express itself creatively. Some people that are going to be dealing with children, or sensitive children, your own children, and writing books, and needing strength from people who are supportive. That's why we have support here. Your life purpose will fully support you. So all you need to do is decide, what do I want to do? And then jump and leap, and the universe will catch you. Is they're waiting for you to use your gifts to further humanity, okay? And make it into one again, and to unify the earth and bring heaven down here again. So we can be those healers of the earth and of people, but it starts with ourselves. It says, trust your feelings and dreams to guide your career path. Okay, so as soon as you wake up, just really think about it for a couple of seconds. What did I dream? What did I dream? And see if you can remember. If you do, write it down. Don't think to yourself, oh, I'm going to remember, I'll write it down later. You're just going to forget probably. So you get a lot of messages. You're going to be getting a lot of messages then from your dreams here. And it looks like if you want to know about your career path in particular, that's what they're trying to get across to some people. It looks like you'll be probably changing them now that you know that your passion is connected to your purpose and it can fulfill your soul. I mean, who wouldn't change careers, right? So talk to your angels. They're waiting to hear from you. You must ask for help. That's the biggest thing they keep telling me when they want me to write this book, channel a book. So the people on this channel may end up traveling. So it says your life purpose involves traveling. Okay, so if you're an author, You know, you're an artist. You know, you're a healer. You know, you may need, if you're an author and speaker, then I can see how this would involve some traveling. So whatever you do, you're lucky. You get to go on a plane and see the world. That is amazing. I hope that I get to have part of my plan as travel. Oh, that would be amazing. And have it paid for for working. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know where they came out of left field. Okay, counseling, artist, and study. It says you heal with kind words, wise advice, and an empathetic ear. So you're an empath. Doesn't surprise me. Okay, just be sure and you know, ground yourself and make sure to shake off energy of others, and you know, not to harbor the energy of people around us. You know, to have that daily meditation and cleanse our energy field, just like we would that do our outside by our physical bodies. These are our emotional, our pain bodies, are around the energy around our field. Through prayer with crystals, you know, a nice little spray, rose spray with quartz crystals like I have, or lemongrass, whatever have you. So there's an artist in the house. Please step up, put your name in the comments. I want to know who you are. You got it and you're ready, and you just need to put yourself out there. It's like a slam dunk guarantee. You have the gifts. You have the touch. If you're anything like my daughter, she infuses it with love. And when you look at that paper, it looks like a bunch of scribbles, but you feel so much love. It's the craziest thing I experienced when I looked at that picture. It wasn't that it was so beautiful. It was just the love that jumped out of it. It was just amazing. I just could feel it. But, you know, I am an empath, so I can feel energy very, 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 very good. The veil is very, 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 very thin for me. Anyways, I just wanted to share that. If you're an artist and you're not having the strength right now, and you're needing it, and you need support, that's me telling you right now to just put it out there. And I know it's going to pan out for you better than you thought. For others, it's saying that you need to study. So it says reading, research, and education help you gain confidence and clarity about your career. So yeah, there's a lot of this going on of you needing to get clarity. You need wisdom. Okay, so we need to do some research, do some inner soul, you know, reflection on what your values are, what kind of person, you know, if money weren't a factor, you know, what would you do with your time and money? Go do that. Anybody can make a profit out of it and support their family off of, you know, the things that they love to do. So you either need to do some studying here, more about your craft so that you can, I think they're trying to just prepare you, okay, for a purpose, looks like. And you could be a counselor or need to go to some counseling. It says you heal with kind words, so you are like a counselor. So your wise advice and an empathetic ear. So yeah, there's counselors here, there's speakers here, there's authors here, there's empaths and energy healers. Loving it. Okay, I love that energy. I really do. That's really awesome that I have this soul family coming to me now. I feel you guys coming. I did call upon my soul family, but I wasn't really thinking about for this new channel I started. But God knows better. He knows what he's doing. The divine is out there devising his plan, and us here, his hands and feet and mouthpieces to bring heaven back to earth. It's time to take it back. All right, so I don't know. We're just on this tangent here today about our purpose, okay, and talking about our soul evolution. Okay, we're going to worry about all the third-party stuff another day or later. We always talk about that. Same thing. Okay, so we got Star Mother. That was the first card I ever picked. So, wow, that's pretty. It's beautiful. How can you mother yourself? Wow. Transformation. Yeah, sorry to tell you guys. We are in the first Mercury retrograde of the year. It's going to go through, I think, the second week of February. So, for most people who are not aligned well, you won't be able to gain the clarity that you're seeking very well. So, you know, if you get yourself more aligned, you can have the clarity like she has around her head and illuminated. But right now, they usually say that, you know, things kind of go a little haywire, especially with communication and, you know, things of that nature. But it says things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. So yeah, this just goes along with the thing I'm talking to you about, nurturing yourself, needing to be balanced, you know, needing to feel stable and, you know, with good high self-esteem, taking care of yourself, loving yourself, following your passions. And yeah, you're being definitely, I could feel it today. Because I could feel it in my own body. The transformation that was taking place down to on a cellular level, I could just feel it as I was working on my chakras and you know, asking God for God's healing through my body, and just, you know, focusing on Him and how I could be a light. I just started to feel different, you know, because it's almost as if I started to know something. You start to know that you have a purpose, that God has a plan, and you want to know how you fit into that. So you're being changed at a cellular level because you're about to be used for a purpose, because that's what you've been asking for. So now you're not afraid anymore. You know that it's going to be hard, but it's going to be worth it. You've worked hard on yourself so that you can have well integrated the divine feminine from divine mother. How can you mother yourself? Mother yourself by asking divine mother for her love and see how you feel. I know that's new for some people on my channel. You'll hear me talk about that. She's sacred, and it's very, very sacred, but so sacred I think people need to know so they can come to her as she comes to me and when I'm in need. And you will feel her wrap her arms around you, and it's really like you can feel like a real person is hugging you. It's really a wonderful feeling. It says, the ever unfolding rose, cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. So if you're going through some hard times right now and it feels like your heart is cracking open or your life is falling apart, apparently this card says that it's happening. It's happening for you, not to you. Okay, that sounds like me when I talk to my kids. I say, you don't have to, you get to. So yeah, the spirit has really been slapping me around today. Oh. But, you know, as some wise people say, it'll be worth it. Be worth the effort. Pleiades, double mission. Yep. Channeling and uplifting humanity. Here it is. This is what the people on this channel are mostly going to be. If this resonates with you, then I would look that up. Pleiades. Pleiades. Okay, that may be where you come from. You know, some people believe in different planets. Obviously, science says there's other planets out there. And we get to channel and we get to uplift humanity. Because it's a more advanced civilization, you know, or way of thinking, or like think of it as like awareness or evolution of the mind. And so their double mission is that they get to channel, you know, information and at the same time uplift humanity. And that's what we need right now. It looks like people are without support, you know. And so we need to help other people mourn with those who are, you know, are mourning and are in poor of spirit, right? Let them know how beautiful life is, not that it's a gift when they don't think it is. So a lot of people are going to be channeling on here. Please call me if you need help with that. Learning how to further that ability. I can also help you with your gifts and work with you financially if that's a problem at the moment. I just want to help people with their gifts and learn for them to learn to grow them. Okay, so let's see. Let's check, I guess. I'm going to put these up. What should we do now? Let's do, I know you guys like to hear about love and romance. Let's see what comes out, okay? I got the heart cards and the romantic angels. Let's see here what comes out. Whoa, okay, that's all I need. What does my collective need to know? Perfect. I love it when Spirit does that for me. Oops. That's what my kids say. I think that's what they say. Oh, no, they go, oh. It says, criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. Wow. You know, and I just got, today or yesterday, I just got the channeled message. Look out for miracles. Believe in miracles. So I think this is definitely, oh yes. This is the biggest one I've channeled. It's not tonight. I can feel it very strongly now. They want you to believe. Okay? It's not magic. It really isn't. It seems like magic. And once you believe and you know, then it will, quote unquote, magically transform. Wow. How awesome is it that something can be so awful in 1 second and then like the next second be like nothing ever happened? How would that feel? Instead of like 5 years of therapy and pain and sadness. You just stop criticizing another and start supporting each other, loving each other, listening to each other, being vulnerable with each other, trusting each other. So there's a lot of problems here. I guess a lot of bantering and fighting and criticizing. Okay, that's really bad for your soul is what I'm getting, both ways. So if you're going to at least stop criticizing one another, okay? Because if you have animosity and bitterness in your heart, it's hard for it to open and grow and feel love and for you to be healing yourself, okay? You can do whatever you need to do to heal yourself. This says trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. So there's something about your current situation that you need to accept, and it will transform. Okay? Something new you need to accept. So it probably has to do with whatever you're criticizing that person for. If you're criticizing them for something and you accept the opposite, or you're more accepting or more flexible, or you find some common ground, then maybe you can move forward with this person. But you know, if there's, you know, you got to actually do the work. I mean, you got to put the trust, you got to believe, right? And you got to decide to accept something and then follow through. If there's no follow through, then I mean, it doesn't, then the situation doesn't get better, okay? It doesn't magically transform. It magically transforms when you magically put in the effort, okay? Good. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you've shared with those you love. So this is for me a very nice, beautiful, beautiful message saying, hey, let's have joy. Let's make good memories, you know? And you know what? I have a lot of ugly memories actually. And I bet a lot of you guys do too. So it's time to, you know, figure out what makes you happy and then start replacing those other memories with good memories so that the heart can heal and soar and be free and beautiful. But you got to start doing things you like in replace of the things that used to bring you heartache, okay? So that you can, you know, have something beautiful in its place and not look back at the old, and stay focused on the present, making new, beautiful memories, if possible. If not, like I said, the card that said counseling, you could go see a counseling if there's any kind of marital issues. I'm not a marriage counselor, but I can advise you on certain things when it comes to life in general, or things of a spiritual nature. But couples counseling is definitely what I would highly recommend. Okay, what does the collective need to know about their love life? We call upon the romance angels, and thankful to those for help so far, for the cards that have been given, and ask if you can help us to know what is it that the collective needs to know about their love life. What juicy details do you have for me? Whoa, whoa, all right, sweet. That's a lot. Okay, well, this one actually was the only popper when I was pre-shuffling. So it's always a good confirmation. True love, baby. Oh, ouch. This is the romance of a lifetime. Holy smokes. Don't let that go. So this is obviously somebody who is deeply in love and or wants to be in love or going to be in love. But to me, I feel like it's someone who is in who has deep love for someone. They couldn't get any closer, huh? That's what I want to see. That's what I'm talking about. That's my kind of reading. All right, what else we got here? Let's see. Good, bad, or ugly. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Look at her enjoying, smelling the rose, enjoying life, not complaining, you know, not, you know, gossiping, but seeing beauty in things, enjoying life with the 5 and 6 senses, taking time to enjoy it, taking time to get to enjoy the things she likes to do, because those things make your soul happy. And it will attract your true love, by the way. You deserve love. You are lovable. This is looking really good. I feel like this is somebody who is starting to love themselves and really just thinking a lot about, you know, love and true love, and realizing that, you know, they deserve love, the kind that God gives, but you know, no one can give it just like him. So maybe just a little under it, but she knows what to expect now, and she's not taking anything less. She or he, obviously. You are lovable. So I actually just fell into a different energy. it was like, you deserve love, and she's got this bow and arrow, you know, and it looks like so much strength. I'm like, yeah, I know I deserve love. But then on the bottom, it's like, you are lovable. It's like, who are you trying to convince? Maybe that's why you're in and out, in and out. Maybe you're confusing yourself with, yeah, I know who I am. I know that I'm loved. And then other people, and you listening to other people that may make you feel or say things the opposite that confuse you, and you're like, wait, am I actually doing something wrong? Like, am I actually not really that lovable? Do people really not like me? No. Why would that be? And if so, I mean, you could take a closer look at yourself. But I feel like this card says you deserve love. There's so many angels behind her. And there's just a determination behind the face that says, like, if she's telling herself and she's got a bow and arrow and she's like, you know, letting go, and that's what's like the driving force behind her making that perfect, you know, target area on the target, saying, you know, talking to herself, like, you deserve love. You deserve love. So I'm getting kind of like the little Louise Hayes vibes where, you know, it's mirror work, and you look in the mirror and you tell yourself, you deserve love. You're lovable. You're loving. Like, you should obviously be able to show love and express love, and you should be able to receive love. And if you're only giving love and not receiving love, then perhaps you need to, you know, reassess the relationships, and or, you know, take different approaches, or bring up, you know, or maybe there's just too much of the criticizing going on in some manner or another, you know. And, you know, and I think when you criticize, it's probably easy to assume or say, hey, you don't love me because you criticize me, when, who knows, maybe you just haven't learned to communicate properly. Or, you know, usually when you're hurt, it comes out in the form of anger, which I could see would be like criticizing. So instead of somebody saying, you know, you really hurt my feelings, you know, I was really just sad about XYZ, that I didn't know if this or that was going to happen, like in a nice, vulnerable, calm way, instead of like cursing, hollering, screaming at a person, and, you know, slamming doors, and, you know, threats, or, you know, doing foolish things and acting immature and doing things that, you know, bring destruction to your relationship. So it's really telling you to look at yourself and decide, you know, what kind of relationship are you going to be in this year. You get to decide. But what you do need to know is that you can have true love. You should love yourself first. Take time to enjoy yourself being beautiful and other things, the beauty of other things. Know you deserve love. Focus on, you know, things that make you happy. And in the meanwhile, you know, somebody will come along who will treat you as you deserve to be treated. It says you deserve love. So I don't think, when I think of love, I don't think of it as like, oh yeah, on Saturdays, or once a month on a date night, or, oh, when I want to be intimate, you know. It's more of a, like, my soul loves you so much, it just wants to make you happy and do things for you. Like, criticizing and shaming and blaming, like, that doesn't even come to mind, you know, because you see the beauty of this person, and then you love this person deeply, and you just want to see them out of pain, or you want to see them happy, and so you do anything to try and make this person happy. But, you know, that's why I'm saying, take time for yourself. You deserve love. You see the beauty in things if other people around you won't or don't, because it's detrimental to you, the kind of energy that you spend your time around. So, you know, there probably needs to be a discussion of, like, what can we do and to make this love grow instead of deteriorate, and make our hearts shine love and not hatred. And so I think that's going to come in with the communication skills that I talked to you about earlier. There's some free coaching there. And, you know, trusting that you're being transformed and that, you know, you will have a awakening. Like, you will learn something from this person. So, like, you know, if you learn to set boundaries and to love yourself and, you know, or what have you, you know, everybody has their own boundaries. Everybody has their own love language. And so just be mindful, you know, that all cards are on the table. You should be trying to adjust and make things work. Definitely, if it's for true love, for that you do anything. But it wouldn't be hard if it were true love. So this has got to be people looking for true love here. You know, it's like you didn't think you deserved it before, so you probably didn't attract someone who really believed that you were, you know. You don't want just attraction either. I just seen the word attraction. You see attraction and true love, you know, and you need both of them. You also get retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. So I would suggest there be some kind of time that you just go for a walk through the park, take time just yourselves, go on to some kind of a date night, and just get away from the world and distractions and focus on building bonds. Because if you're not close, right, it doesn't matter if you have true love or not. You know, if you don't have the connection there and take time to build the bond, I mean, you just have that knowing and that pull that you love that person, but you really in the 3D haven't brought it to fruition. So take a break, okay? Otherwise, I guess new love is coming in for those whose situation is not ending at this moment. For the collective, I've been getting that nothing but justice is going to be happening now. So, like, basically a lot of contracts are dropping off. People who had a contract with one person to do one thing and it ended and they're moving on. And it seems to be something that happens, you know, afterwards. For most people, not all people, obviously. Some people are in union, but most people that are on this channel won't be, most of them won't be in union yet, but trying to move towards finding their true love, their divine counterpartner, you know. And so, you know, the last thing I'm going to say too is just because that stupid card keeps showing its stupid ugly face about the criticism, you know, it's just really irking me because, you know, I get this, I mean, new love thing, but it's like, why would you need new love if you have true love already? Right? Let's see what else we got and then see if we can answer that. Why would you need new love if you already have true love? It doesn't make any sense. Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. So attraction and chemistry. Yeah, so there's just the pheromones, as they say, are not meshing for some reason or another. It's like they're just two different, I guess, people. And, you know, one is probably giving one thing and the other one's giving another. And, you know, maybe it's their way of showing love, but they're just not speaking the right language of their person. And that would make sense to me, because if you had a true love, you would do anything for them. You would do anything, you know, like criticism. I just don't see how that falls in with true love. It says trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. So yeah, that's always the answer, right? Whenever we don't know something, it's like trust, 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 trust. They should make a song instead of called cake, cake, cake. Trust, trust, trust. Trust, 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 trust. I just heard that. My oldest daughter told me about that song. That's all. That's why I know it. Otherwise, I'm really old. I don't know songs like that. All right. So, trust. And then last one, it says forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moment. Yeah. Forgiving and learning. Isn't that always the fun one? Some people usually have a gift for forgiving and learning, but I guess what I'm getting at this point is that the answer to my question. There was a previous there's a relationship that you're in, or we're in, or going to be in, I don't know, probably that you're in. You have these lessons to learn, and one of them actually has to do particularly with forgiveness. So the answer to this is that if you guys are not working on forgiving each other and learning what you're supposed to learn and doing your inner work, right, your shadow work, then how would you release things? How would you heal things? You wouldn't. And then that continues to be the rat race, whatever they call it. Those cycles of, we're, keep doing the same thing, but don't get the same result. You're like, because you never talked about what can we do differently, or should we do differently, or if you haven't, kept to them, is the only thing that I can think of with the unrequited love, is that just someone seems here to be, can't even understand it. Let me look at it for a second. It looks like you need to be going out on a date and connecting. So you're not connecting enough. You're detached. You deserve love, but maybe you didn't feel it. So you need to, just focus on yourself, love yourself, and, and have some trust here. It says this situation is calling for you to have faith. So, you just keep, I guess, moving, forward until you feel like you've already forgiven all you can forgive and learned all you can forgive. And, and if it's still not working out, I guess that's where either new love comes in, or you have to have time apart until you can renew love again. But forgiving and learning has to be done in order for this contract to be complete. But it's a feeling. Look here, I don't know why I feel like pulling these cards. It's like time's up. Time's up. Watch, I'm gonna pull a card. It's gonna have some kind of time frame on it. Time's up for something. So for me, it's like, okay, it either worked or it didn't work. We can say, thank you for the things I've learned and I'm moving on, or you can say, I'm going to continue to work on this and see what happens. So again, this is about romance. So yes, it is about romance. If you have any other questions, I'm going to pick two more. So next question, if you have a question. Get more information. So this is about romance, is what it's saying. It's saying there's lack of romance in this relationship, and that is the downfall here. So there's an unrequited love, and it's definitely in a kind of like an emotional type of one, because you can look at him and see you got trust. You can look at him and see is like she's looking up at him, he's looking down at her, but not, as much as like gusto as she does as for him. So one or the other could be putting in more than the other. But for some reason, it must be somebody is not because this is a relationship that's true love, and supposed to be, right, a romance of a lifetime. Let's see, romance, and then the other answer angel card says romance. So I guess one of the messages I'm getting that coming through is that one thing that we were supposed to learn on this earth, you know, when we do experience our true love situation or a divine counterpartner situation, is romance. So, you know, if you're not, I don't know why, I was thinking before, I was like, why is it that people say, oh, I fell out of love? Like, how do you fall out of love? But I guess, in my opinion, it has just to do with this, and that will be my message to you, one of the concluding ones, that, you know, if you don't continue to do the same things that fostered, you know, this relationship and brought you together, you know, and kept you together, you know, and stay in the bubble together into the same vibration for each other, you know, with a lot of support and trust and less criticizing, you know, then your relationships can flourish. You know, it's not like, oh, you know, it's like you waited till last minute, you're like exhausted, ready to divorce, and it's like, you need to disconnect from the world. Y'all need to connect. You know, well, duh. So if you don't want to go through that cycle over and over again, just continue to do it, and with your partner, even after your honeymoon phase that you know, have been together. It doesn't matter how many years you are, you should always be courting each other. That's the main thing. You know, courting and loving and growing with them, but not criticizing and putting down and being unsupportive. Then unfortunately that's an unrequited love situation. Very, very, very unfortunate, especially if there's a deep of soul ties and bonds, as I see here. And I mean, I didn't even think that was possible, you know. I can imagine being away from the person that you love so much would tear your heart apart, as if half of you were just dead. But, you know, in the end, the cards here are very clear. They say you deserve love. You need to forget. You need to love enough to forgive. So if you're not forgiving anybody, that's also mean that you're not giving love. So if you want love, you have to give love. So it's probably time to forgive some people and do a little bit more praising and less criticizing, a little bit more encouraging, you know, or whatever it is that they feel they're lacking from you. Okay. And, you know, get more information. So obviously you go to that person and ask them. It's very simple. Hey, I love you so much, and I just can't imagine being without you. I just want to know, how can I make you the happiest person in the world today? And you love them so much that you just want to do that for them, just so they'll be happy. But relationships aren't always that easy, right? Sometimes it's like our kids, you know. They're just never happy or grateful. Not until it's gone, right? Then everything changes. But this deck said there was going to be a major transformation. So, and that said that you need strength, saying that you need to trust. So for a lot of people, you may end up walking away from this relationship if it's an unrequited situation and you can't work things out. They seem to think that it's an unrequited for some, and that yes, for others you can revitalize it, but you gotta go disconnect from the world, go and connect with each other. Spend more time with each other, bring back, you know, the romance. Get informed on what you can do to be a better husband, a better wife, a better boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever you are to that person. And then, just to put the trust out there, just say, I really want to make this person happy, and pay attention. Just say, help me to really find the things that they like, so that I can do those for them and be the one to bring light to them, to remind them that there is good in the world. Well, everybody likes it when we do the tarot cards, so I'll put a few, okay? Spirits, angels, and guides, I ask you if there is any cards here that you'd like to place out into the collective here for messages for them to know. What is it that they will be challenged with tomorrow? Challenges for tomorrow. Please show me challenges for tomorrow. These cards don't, I guess nobody's having a challenge. Okay, there's a Hermit, came out sideways. And, maybe it's a challenge for you to find time to meditate, Maybe you haven't finished going through your Hermit season and you're not sure what to do. Maybe I think the challenge is that you still need to let go of anything that would cause heartache, so that it can be open to love where you're at or where you're going. So feelings of sadness and depression, solitude, grief, loss, I don't know the word for it, but like stale, like it's like this, like, you're waiting for some answers. You feel like you get nothing and you don't know what to do, right? This is a time for you to decide that you're going to make, what decisions are you going to make differently, so that you can have the happiness and love and spirit and spirituality, that the whole shebang, right, for your life. What changed, and then do them anyways, even if you're fearful. Change can be fearful for a lot of people, and it can bring about feelings of grief or loss, if there are losses or things to be grieved over as they move forward. Making a sacrifice so that your happiness takes place, instead of always putting it in front of others. That's something that we need to break a chain of the past. So reevaluating your situations is going to be on the agenda for tomorrow, and just finding the time to do it, because this was upside down. So you need to find some kind of solitude to contemplate, seek enlightenment, wisdom, or even, ask for guidance, from within your higher self. And, you might be withdrawing from people and isolating yourself if, at times. There might be, a lot of miscommunications, fearful, talk from fearful, or immaturity, or fear of abandonment, just plain things that are untrue, So you have to decipher, through your own intuition, right? Right there, judgment. You have to decide, or decipher, or judgment. Decide what you know to be true, and make good, clear, decisive decisions, and then point your feet that way and walk. Okay, you're going through an awakening. And you'll need further enlightenment to help you on your soul's purpose. This is for people who are going through a transformation at the time. They're about to break out of their cocoon. It doesn't feel good. The lights are really bright. Who brought me out of here? That hurt so much. Who told me that was going to... why didn't they tell me that would hurt in that cocoon, even though I'd be so beautiful on the other side? So this is about renewal. You're almost there. Just going to take a little bit more sacrifice, effort, and pain of change so that your soul can grow and extend. As I told you, you have a big purpose, and God has a big plan to bring humanity one again, and prepare the earth here for heaven on it again. Okay, so let's get some new perspectives. Contemplate on that. I'll do the same. It's been my third time that I've been told to think of new perspectives and be accountable for our own actions. Okay, if there are other people, they can just worry about themselves. Okay. Here's the Ace of Cups. What do we have to say about the Ace of Cups? So love is around you, or on your mind. It's what you want. You know, if you love yourself, then by all means, you know, look for another to complement you. Otherwise, continue filling up your own cup, you know, until it's full and it's overflowing, and you can give to that person as well. Give and take, right? Not 2 empty cups, or 1 empty cup and a full cup, or, you know, that's why they say requited or unrequited love. You know, it's someone not giving if the other's giving more, etc. In any manner. You know, I'm not saying like, oh, you know, you're sick, or you have an illness, or you're whatever, this or that. But, you know, I'm talking about just normal, everyday relationship things. So this is a divine cup. It's very spiritual in nature, and it's like the Holy Grail, right? I mean, it's the first of the 10, right? But it starts there. So you either have the pot of gold with you, or it's coming to you, one or the other, but it's around you and it's close. And I would say Cancer, maybe Capricorn season, just because of how the card laid. And actually some of it's in Aquarius and some of it's right here in Gemini, if you know those dates. Or maybe it's that type of a person, like a Sagittarius person or Capricorn, so like a fire sign. Or like over here we have Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. So that could be an earth and or water sign with that Cancer. But either way, that's very grounded, loving energy. It's also very leader-oriented, take charge type of a very passionate type of person. So yeah, wow, ouch! A yucky 10 of Swords came out. What is going on with that? Okay, let's clarify all this. 10 of Swords, ouch. I mean, like, this was like the most beautiful feeling of love, and then 10 swords to the heart. I mean, they say back, but I feel it in the heart. And then 2 of Pentacles and 8 of Wands. What is this about? Let me see. Chariot, Star, High Priestess, King of Swords, 2 of Wands, Ace of Wands, the Lovers. This is just too sad. I hate seeing this story over and over and over again. Yeah, well, okay, so there's a painful ending here, unfortunately. So sorry to say that. That's what I see. That's what's there. So this is a message for that person. I really like being in the energy of the other one, where they had lots of love and they were together. And okay, but we're not there anymore. Now we're talking to these people here. Ten of Swords, that you feel like you've been betrayed. It's just the last straw. It's just too much. I can't take it anymore. I can't move anymore. You know, just a total surrender. Like, please help somebody if you can hear me. You know, like, it's the end of something. Ten of Swords, like death card end. It could be an end of a cycle. People always say, like to say that. It's something very misfortunate. That's all I can say. It's about struggle, conflict, and intellect. And, you know, you don't end up, you know, winning and if you haven't lost a few times. But if this is about love, this is it. They can't take any more swords, and there's going to be a painful ending for this relationship. And they count it as a failure. And there's a lot of sadness. Feels like a huge loss, because I can feel the deep love there, and it feels like a disappointment. Like, I heard someone even say this before too. It's like, I put in so much. I tried so hard. I gave all I could. Why didn't it work? We hear that all the time, right? Or who knows, you know, like, you can just be like totally, everything's fine, and then who knows why synchronicities change things. They just do. That's an even crazier feeling when you have some kind of sudden change and something happens. I'd almost take a hit over the head than to have put a lot into something, into struggle, and not have something materialize you thought that would. It's like a metaphorical death or devastation. I can't believe this is happening. Well, what's happening? Let's find out. Two of Pentacles says juggling. Pentacles are about work, they're about money or education. This has to do with the choice, duality, and cooperation. Stamina, monetary exchange, balancing projects, making financial choices. So, I don't know. The juggling part is usually juggling like two people, but we haven't even put enough cards to say that. But I can't see like a sword being out of just something, one of these, you know, smaller things we're talking about here, these keywords. It's gotta have been something bigger, you know. Or not bigger, just more than one thing, you know. But yeah, looking through some of these cards, you know, double, Page of Cups, Nine of Swords, Seven of Cups, Page of Swords, Three of Cups, Temperance, Seven of Wands, Eight of Cups, Three of Swords, Knight of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, Death, Six of Pentacles, the Empress, the Pope, the Lovers, the Sun, Two of Cups, the Hangman, King of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, Queen of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, the Magician, the World, Justice, Six of Wands, Four of Cups, Ten of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, King of Cups, Five of Wands, Three of Wands, a High Priestess, Seven of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Four of Wands, 4, 9, 8. Yeah, so Tower, Judgment. Yeah, you don't want to go through all this. So that's a long time to wait to get to where you want to be. So we need to break down some timelines for you guys. You need to boss up and start making the decisions you know you need to make, okay? So, you know, if you know someone's been juggling on you, don't second guess yourself. Just, you know, you don't feel safe, whatever. You don't need another reason more than this is not working for me. Period. But, you know, if you've done all you can do, right? It's for you to decide not to me. Yeah. Let me get some energy cards. So let's see, what's the energy for the collective right now? Let's see it in pictures and not just words. If these tarot cards have so many meanings, these have simpler meanings to them. So it's about having strength for something. You're going through a change. It's a 50 or reduces to a 5. So you needed to remind yourself to have strength. You know, if you really want change, you're going to have to go through that pain. Know that. Let that help you, knowing that you are going to go through pain. You expect to change and have no pain? I'm sorry, you're not going to. It's not going to have any changes. You're not going to get the results you want. So those are the kind of things that you need to prepare for, you know, is being able to overcome difficulties. If you can, you know, try and foresee some that you possible blockages so that you can, you know, work on those peaceably. So that's one energy here. The 8 of Wands is like a lot of love, right? It confirming underneath that Ace of Cups. A lot of love coming in, like Cupid's arrow, so to speak. But that's over here having strength. So that's probably the new love coming in. And for the other people that are divorcing here and breaking up, they still held on to their hostilities. They weren't able to forgive each other. And so they had to make a decision. They were juggling, should I stay or should I go? You know, then, you know, possibly there was the irreconcilable differences there. And here they had, you know, you're going to have strength to, you know, recognize when a good thing does come to you and to not miss out on the opportunity. Here we got both needing to go into meditation, get into your heart space, and that these people in the ethers, you know, or at some later point can reconcile these differences here. But that, you know, there is a woman and a man thinking about each other. They're thinking about love and healing, about coming towards each other. And, you know, this is going to mean they start a new community or move in with each other. That they're the key to each other's hearts and the door to romance. That they're the one who their soul feels most at peace with and around. And there they can find the romance and trust and other compatibility, other ways they're compatible as well. And they'll know this without a doubt for those people who are leaving or who've left and are waiting. So don't stand around waiting. Just keep doing you. And when the timing is right, and you're going about your journey, then you'll be indicated, okay, on what to do. in your journey, just remember, okay, if you're obviously starting new, which means you made a decision to, you know, this particular person to move on, then there would be storms, you know, headed your way, because there's hostilities and there's breakup, right? There's sour feelings and hurt feelings, and, you know, possible, you know, things from the court to deal with for divorces and stuff like that. So can be a storm warning here regarding love, because this man here, he's actually thinking about walking away, thinking that his love is somewhere else. That's only because he's not grounded and needs to work on his root chakra, and he's also not in alignment with God. Otherwise he would be choosing differently. So somebody is choosing not the wrong way, and some people are choosing the right way, and some people are renewing. But yeah, now I know why this card was down here on top. It said devil, because for me, those are the devil tendencies. You know, when you're not listening, you're not aligned, you're possible to have addictions here, and you know, sexually. And so maybe getting with people that, you know, just for certain pleasures, you know, and just blocking, needing to work on the heart chakra, but it being blocked, you know, because, you know, you're having a temporary, you know, distraction of something that you think may be more valuable, but you had, you know, what you had was valuable. But a lot of people, you know, this is going to be a stormy time, and the reason I say this is because you may be confronted with an ex. They usually say that happens during Mercury retrogrades. And so, you know, you'll have to decide, you know, do I want to end it where I was at? Do I want to keep going where I was or not? Am I hearing clearly and getting clarity? Have I cleared up all of my addictions and my chakras clear? Is my heart chakra open? Can I give love, receive love, and express it well? Are those the intentions? Are those the reasons why I'm leaving valid? You know, am I aligned by God? Am I doing the right thing? And so that only you, the viewer, would know. Here it seems like the man is leaving, but it could be either or. You know, it could be a masculine, female. I feel like this particular one might be a man. And he's looking at that diamond and he's just thinking how valuable and beautiful it is. But, you know, that's more to do with my materialism, you know. It's like you should be looking into the beauty of their heart, not just the beauty of their exterior, you know, and letting that light your base chakra on fire. So it looks like, you know, if you read this in time, you'll know that storm is coming, and you'll be on the lookout knowing that exes are going to come up, and you need to decide, how do you feel about that person? Is this real? Is this not? You know, do I even want to talk to this person or not? Like I said, you can bring closure to people in the ethers through energetically. You don't have to see them in person. So I guess that's up to you. And I'm going to pull one of my favorite cards here from the Abundance deck and be done. Sorry to get this message for you guys. I mean, it always comes out and it never fails. I want it to already go away. But the good thing is that it's near. There's contracts that are ending. Some people are renewing and reconciling. Some people are moving along and irreconcilable. And it seems like everybody does win in the end, but, you know, because they find true love. But it's those knives in the back, you know, that really can hurt, you know, perceived or real, right? But some people went on to new love. We saw that with the Ace of Cups and the Eight of Wands. And then we saw some people, because of these 10 of Wands, right? And the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is they were judging, you know, deciding, trying to decide. You know, how much more can I take? Do I stay here? Am I leaving? You know, should I leave or shouldn't I leave? And then, obviously, that new cup is for whenever that new cup shows up. But, on top of this deck, I see a Page of Cups, so could be someone that has their eye on you already. But you obviously won't be ready for them. You're just having to deal with mental, you know, juggling and keeping yourself strong, right? Because it'll be a hard time. So those are times we need more mental stability and focus and, you know, wits about us. So feel, you know, free to take your time on healing, you know, and not trying to worry about anything else, because you won't be able to make decisions and see clearly. So just stay put and heal on yourself and love on yourself, okay? You'll have help. You'll have help. God knows what you've been through. You're going to need to work on balance. This is the last topic here. It's a Sagittarius astrology sign, fire. Has to do with the spiritual journey. And so just learning to be moderate in your feelings and everything in general, but mainly just to temper your feelings. Alchemy, contemplation, equilibrium, mix, adjustments, and yeah, just adjusting, you know, just coping mechanisms and learning how to adjust. We got inner child and inner power. So that way, that might be why there was a wobble earlier. There was it felt like that. It was like I felt 1 minute so wobbly and vulnerable, like a child, so like unprotected, like she looks, like she feels like I'm alone and I'm cold and I'm scared. I felt like that. That's part of the wobble I was telling you I felt. And then look over here. It says inner power. And then I told you it was like I felt wobbly, right? So the other half did feel like this. It felt like inner power, like, oh, you know, I'm not sure. And then, oh, yeah, I'm sure. And then, oh, I'm not sure. And then, yeah, I'm sure, you know, like the lion's obviously gone through a lot more than this child to, you know, gain inner strength, you know, and until then, that's fine. You heal that inner child. You seek God and the angels and let them love on you and ask for your soul family to come in, okay? Because we need you to have inner power, because you remember you have a great purpose and God has a great plan for you. And so we need to grow you up into a lion so that you can have inner power to face obstacles and that are surely to come our way as change is constant, right? So allow me to give compassion and love to that little one. Let me attend to its deepest needs and feelings. So if there's a child and you know, the child is hurt, just hug it and hold the baby and ask them, how can I help you? What is wrong? Rub their back, you know. And that's the same type of feeling that you feel when you would be doing that to a child, you should be doing towards yourself, you know, and ask yourself questions like, why are you sad? You know, what's wrong? Can I help you? What can I do to help you feel better? Okay. And so you're needing you're needing to learn how to support yourself. And that's where you'll gain your inner power, is by, you know, making sure that you can take care of yourself. Okay. Inner power says, give me the courage and the power to do what must be done. So right before, you know, when you get your enlightenment and then that you know what must be done, you know, that's the easy part sometimes. It's like, oh, sweet, I got my answer, right? Once you learn how to really listen and it's the divine timing. But then it's like, I don't actually want to do that, or, ooh, no, I can't do that. You know, that type of a feeling, or, oh, I'm too scared to do that. You think I can do that? You know, type of different feelings, you know, and it's saying to have courage. It says, courage and the power to do what must be done. So you can ask for courage and power and ask, you know, the spirit realm to help you so that you can do hard things. I tell my children, you can do hard things, you know, and just staying aligned and making sure that when you are doing hard things, that you're doing the right things, right? So whenever you're aligned and you know you're being asked to do something by God, and you know it's right no matter what, that's where trust comes in, and it'll come out 10 times is better than you thought. I've had experience with that several times, but it's definitely not easy. So it's something you do have to mentally prepare for and have support, and you know it's going to take some change, you know, so you'll learn how to adjust you and get in the new rhythm of things. So I want to wish people well here that came to my channel, and thank you for supporting me. If you enjoyed the content, please hit like and subscribe, and that would show me some great love. I would appreciate that. If you need a personal reading, if you need some extra support, life coaching, or some spiritual advising with your gifts or what have you, you can reach me at HIGHPRIESTESSHEALER@yahoo.com. I always say the wrong thing, so I try to make sure I say it right this time. It's HIGHPRIESTESSHEALER@yahoo.com. And yeah, that's pretty much the only place you can reach me at the moment. So I'll be on the lookout. Leave any comments of anything that you like, disliked, or cards that you want me to use. I have like 45 decks, you know, or what kind of spread you like. And until next time, thank you.